Kia ora, namaste, sat sri akal, ayubawan. Welcome to our next video. My name is Vinay, your licensed immigration advisor for New Zealand, and we bring the information to you in ABS format, accurate, brief, and simple. Continuing our tradition of bringing the successful migrants in New Zealand in front of you and learning from their stories and asking them some question which could help all of our friends who are here new in this country and struggling to make their career, and they want to be successful in this beautiful country. So today we have Shubham Balotra with us. He's a program engineer with one of the leading engineering company in New Zealand, in construction engineering company in New Zealand. So it's going to be a very interesting discussion. He has been in New Zealand for now quite a few years. He has achieved a lot professionally, as well as have given back a lot to the community. Without any delay, let me first of all welcome Shubham to our program. Hello, Shubham, how are you?
Hello, thank you, Vinay. Sud. I'm good, thanks. And yourself?
I'm good, thank you, Shubham. Shubham, get the ball rolling, and we have some really a keen listeners and viewers who want to hear your story. Just want to get to, first of all, what job are you doing? We understand you're in engineering area. You're a program engineer. So what is your role called and what does it involves?
So basically, I am a civil engineer in New Zealand and working for Fulton Hogan, and working for that company for last 4.5 years. So my current role at the moment is I'm an operations and a program engineer for the Northland network, where I look after all the state highways around 1,000 kilometers in Northland area. So basically, I'm really responsible to maintain the highways and keep it safer for the public users.
So it would be like you're talking about that all the huge area you're looking after. It's the maintaining those highways on a up to date to the mark for a certain period of time, and again keep maintaining them on regular basis. Is that correct?
Yes, we do.
And it would be really great and Shubham to understand and know and learn from your story. How did you arrive to New Zealand, and what did you study, and how you reached to this excellent position of working as a overall in charge of thousands of kilometers of civil construction work in one of the leading company in New Zealand?
Yeah, so to be honest, with you, it was really a long journey and a big story if I start talking about from the very scratch. But
that's all right. We can brief it in. Maybe I'm sure you're very good communicator. You can brief it up for us.
I would say just let's make the long story short. So I came in New Zealand in 2014, and I came in Whangarei straight away from India, and I came here to do a civil engineering studies, which was a diploma for 2 years, and finished that diploma in 2016. And during the last semester of my studies, I got a job in Fulton Hogan after a 3 round of an interview with them. So it took me 2.5 months to get that job, to be honest with you. And since then, just working hard and just making my way up. So started as a graduate engineer with Fulton Hogan in 2016. Then I got a position in 2018 as a construction engineer after getting experience of 1.5 years. And then I promoted as operations and program engineer to look after the whole Northland in 2019 December. So yep, since then I'm just doing it, and I'm really enjoying it. And but I really faced too many failures through my journey as well, and
so that's what we would like to know. I mean, that's the of course, it's a very inspiring thing, finishing your 2-year course and then getting recruited in the, before end of the course, and then, moving the ladder up. But when you started your journey in New Zealand, what was your first part-time job? What kind of challenges you had? That would be really good to, listen to and see how you overcome those.
So when I came here, I remember in 2014, and my first job was to cleaning all the toilets in the mall. And I had to wake up every morning about 4 a.m. and go and clean about 10 to 15 toilets in the morning, and then another shift of 2 hours in the evening, and clean all the toilets again and clean all the tables. And there were like 3 to 4 restaurants in the McDonald's where I was responsible for. So that's how my journey started really. So, and the roadblock was for me that time is the communication skills. As English is our second language, and I wasn't really good in English, and I would say I didn't knew anything about English that time, and it took me 6 months to a year at least to come over and to learn English a little bit and to understand the people. So I worked for that company about 2 to 3 months over there, and then I got a job in a restaurant in Whangarei, and I worked over there for 2 years until my finished studies. And then I got a job in Fulton Hogan, and since then I'm working for a Fulton Hogan and doing some sort of part-time jobs as well. Not doing any part-time jobs from the last 1 year because I think I have done enough, and now I'm just trying to focus on my career in a civil engineering, and also I'm running a business back in overseas from last 1.5 year. So yep. So I would
So
like
how
to touch.
about if I, Shubham, just sorry, of course, you might say, of course, everyone wants to say being present and talk about future, but if
Yeah.
someone past has a lot of learnings which can help our, viewers and listeners to learn from that. When you said you have a challenge with the communication to start, which is fair enough. Of course, you'll be very young if you're coming for diploma, and at
Yeah.
that time your exposure is not at a lot with the uh, from an English language point of view, if you're coming straight from your high school. So how did you overcome that? uh, what did you do during that period? Because of course the cleaning job won't give you opportunity to communicate much, does it? Isn't it?
No,
So how did you
no.
overcome that thing? Did you do anything intentionally to improve your communication which helped you?
Yes, I would say, but before going over there, I would like to just get touch on one fact. I remember when I came here in 2014, and somebody picked me up from the airport and they took me to the college straight away. And the tutor over there asked me, "Hey, Shubham, how are you?" And I said, "Yes, I'm good. And yourself?" And then the next question they asked me, "Hey, Shubham, how long you have been in New Zealand for?" And I had a mate over there standing next to me, and I was looking at his face, what he's asking about. And what I'm just trying to say that I was dead bad in English, and I couldn't able to understand what he's actually trying to ask me, And then my mate replied me in a Hindi, and this is what he's asking. And then I said, "Yeah, now I just arrived here now." so, and when I look back, back 5 years to 6 years ago, where I was, and how it actually started, and how I was. So to improve English, really, I started reading books, and that was the recommendations of my seniors, who was doing the civil engineering as well in the same college. So this is where I started from. Then I started watching the videos on the YouTube. I started to talk more to my tutors over there, because if you don't speak English and if you don't try to understand English, and if you don't speak with people who just speak in English, and I think you're not gonna learn much. So because what happened with us, we go to work or we go to college, we speak a little bit over there, and when we come back to home, and then we come back, then we back on our own language again, where we don't speak English too much, where no one else is actually talking to you in English. So this is the biggest gap over there as well. So it took me an really a good year to understand English a little bit. And after 6 years now, I feel like, yeah, 10% of English I know now, and I'm still learning. And you're never gonna be perfect, I would say, because English is one of the toughest language I think I find in my entire life.
But I think, Shubham, you got now a very, very, very good communication skills, of course. And I mean, thanks for being so honest and open about it, sharing your personal experience. When someone is sharing, your first job, and then that how your communication was. But the good thing is that you worked on to it, started reading books, of course, took the advice from the senior, and that has taken you a long way. And by the way, uh, I mean, just for the benefit of the viewers, because many of our listeners, they say when you're talking to someone as a professional, so how what is the current. So I would like to say that for Shubham is a New Zealand resident, so he has got a residency approved a while ago. So he has gone from a journey of being a student to on a work visa and becoming a Kiwi now. So I mean, of course, Shubham, what you have mentioned about starting with your first job was in the cleaning, and you were doing the cleaning work. But when you started looking for the job, were you very open about any kind of job comes your way, or you were picky? How was it? I just want to, was it yeah.
I would say, if you really want to settle down in your life, you just don't want to go with your own choices. So I would say accept the opportunities which comes on your way, and accept it, and keep doing the best in every part of your life. And yep, at some stage you have to be a picky, but not at the start of the career, I would say. Because when somebody like me came from India, not good in English, don't have much skills, just finished the high school, came over here, and you just want to do a job to support your living expenses. And everywhere you go, every job you do, I think you always get to learn something new that will help you a lot in the future. And to be honest, come to your question, I was never picky. I was washing dishes in the restaurant until end of last year as well. While I'm a civil engineer, looking after the 1,000 kilometers of state highways, you know, and I would say just keep working hard. There is nothing in this life you can't achieve really, if you have the desires, and just stay focused, and be positive. So positive attitude matters a lot in the life, and that's what matters to me a lot. And that's what advice I would like to give to everyone. Don't be a picky New Zealand.
And Shubham, we would like to know from you. I know you're involved a lot in the community, and you also have involvement with some sort of a non-profit organization. I could see a poster behind you also helping world. So would you like to just tell us something about your involvement with that and how that come about?
Yes, this is the Helping World organization where we help students overseas, especially in India, and especially for those students who don't have money, who want to do a studies, who don't have a parents, and they have a lack of financial support, but the deserved candidates and the students who is really keen to do something in their life, but they don't actually have a support of their parents, of the government, or of the society. So then me and my friends have talked about it, like we came here and we done our best in our life to support our livelihood, and our parents especially, helped us a lot to come over here, because it takes a lot of money to come in foreign countries to do the studies, and we had that support. When I think about other people over there, who have no who don't have such a support like that. And I thought, we should be doing something for the children. We should be doing something for the community, and I think this is the best way to thanks to the God, for whatever the life have given you so far and whatever you achieved. Rather than saying a thanks in the words to anyone, I would say just do something for somebody, and if you do something good for somebody, it always come back, and it always been come back to me, to be honest. Whatever I do, whatever the good stuff I do for others, I always receive something good as well in return from this universe. So so yeah.
Shubham, with the if someone want to, I mean, of course, our show has been watched through the, through the YouTube, through the podcast. So how they can get connected with? Is it? Do you have a Facebook page? People can get connected to help with the helping world, and how to get in touch with the helping world.
So yes, we do have a Facebook page, and we do have an Instagram page as well, name called Helping World. And you can see in the poster, this is the same poster we have on a Facebook as a cover page, and we have logos sitting in the Instagram page as well. So whenever we help somebody over there, a student especially, we make a little video of the students who would like to come in front of a camera and don't hesitate, and would like to thanks to the community and to the supporters and to the donators who donate money and help those students out there. So we just put out that video as well in the Facebook for the for our community or for our people to view it. And yes, and I am in a need of a big support of everyone, to be honest, because if we really wanna serve the community, a one person can't serve the community. It's like everyone's efforts. So your little help can make a big difference to someone's life, and I really want to thanks to you, to really to bring that out in our interview as well, so people can actually get to know about it.
Absolutely. And Shubham, I think the three things which I could take out of from this, quality time we have spent with the Shubham is the number one being flexible, being open for any kind of job. Like, it doesn't matter what is your final goal or where you want to reach. Of course, you say life is a journey, but you have to be open, and starting from cleaning toilets to reaching to a level of the program engineer, we're looking after 1,000 kilometers of the region. It's a huge achievement. Being flexible and then ready to learn, and not being scared of course, your shortcomings. Even Shubham talked about his English skills, but how he improved, that's more important. And third, I think very importantly, serving the community. Like Shubham rightly said, when you do something good, it always comes back to you sooner or later. And these are very three important learnings, I think. And just before we Shubham close this interview, I would like to uh, you know what would be your advice to the people who are listening and watching this interview, especially, of course, the migrants who are, want to make a career. And of course, it is, while we are, shooting this, it's a tough time globally. New Zealand has still, we are, one of the better positions. So what would you
Yes.
suggest to the our migrant friends who are, trying to make a career in New Zealand? Be they have finished the studies or they are in between. What would be your, if you have to give, one very important advice to them? And of course, you have been there, done that. It would be really wonderful. What do you say?
Uh, First of all, I really would say, by considering the fact of today, what's going on in the country, and what is the demand of the migrants over here. My first advice to everyone who really would like to come in New Zealand: never rush. That's not gonna work in these days. Get in touch with good clients, especially like you, Vinay, because I didn't knew about you, half a year ago, I think, and I got in touch with you. One of our one of my Aditya Bhatti, and he's based in Chandigarh, so he's the one who recommended you. because when I needed a help last year for my residency case, and I just asked him, and he's one of my good mentor, and I asked him, hey, this is what's happening over here, and I'm in a problem. I really need the help of somebody, and he suggested me your name straight away, and he said he's the best person to talk to, Shubham. And then I just reached out to you, and I really got a good advice from you, and you were so open to me as well. You made a very clear to me, this is the things, Shubham, and this is the right process, and just follow through it. So, and I think I have done that. I listened to you that time, and whatever suggestion you made out to me, and whatever the advices you gave out to me, I really admit that. And we started the process, and sooner or later I got a residency. So if if I wasn't going to listen to you that time, or if I was going to do a rush over there that time, I might don't get a residency in New Zealand, to be honest with you. And I'm really thankful to you for your support. So this is the first thing I would say to everyone: get in touch with the good immigration lawyers. You have to know about all the perspectives. What is the demand in New Zealand these days? Especially in the so New Zealand wants more engineers, more nurses. More in the medical line. New Zealand don't want people to migrate over here to come in the business course, especially because they don't want it. And they made it very clear. But when students want to come over here, they made the decision in a very rush manner, and when they come over here, they struggle through that way, because they just want to come over here. They just don't want to come over here to make their career or to make their life in a better. So I never rush, and i I am a slow learner, and I believe in like slow going is the good going. And but keep working hard, day and night. Never give up on your goals. And as I said, don't picky. Don't when whatever the opportunities comes to your way, just grab it. Just do your best and keep moving, keep learning, and learn from it. Every mistake you do in your life, this is the lesson. So I would say there is no mistakes. It's always opportunities. There is no challenges in the life. It's always a lessons over there. There is no failures. There is always opportunities. So that's my advice. Never give up. If you really have a dream, make sure you have a goal as well in your life, what you really want to do, and just make the small steps. And
Just while you came on to that, I really wanted to close the, we're running short of time, but still brought me to one very important question, because many of the, clients will say, more of a rumor, I would say, when they say, oh, see, if you're doing a diploma, it's not going to help you find a job in New Zealand. And but it depends on what type of diploma you're doing. What you have to say when people say that there is no job for diploma holders in New Zealand?
well, I would say a country like New Zealand, there is more jobs for the diploma holders than the degree holders, because when you are doing a diploma, you are a fresh, and people want you to come in their industry, or in their um, in their industry as a fresher, because you are going to learn from the scratch, and people are happy to take you on the board. It's not hard to find
And
the job.
probably, I think, just to be very clear, so that it's going in the right. So when we are saying, talking about diplomas, we are talking about the STEM courses like engineering, and getting
Yeah.
into the technical courses, or getting into maybe into IT, where you learn hands-on things. Am I correct? Isn't it? When I mean to say, the diploma in engineering area, whether it's mechanical, civil, electrical, or you getting into the IT side, those are the more hands-on qualification, isn't it? That's what we're discussing here.
Yes. So to be honest, I would say it is not hard to get the job in New Zealand, and you just have to try your best. And I can touch base my story on that one as well. Vinay, how like I got a job in Fulton Hogan. So I applied a job in Fulton Hogan in 2015 two times, and I never even got a reply from them. Then I applied a job in 2016 three times. In my third semester, I never got a reply from them. In the last semester, I decided to go to the company, to walk into their door, and I dropped my CV over there, and I asked them to give me a contact number of somebody over there, and they gave me the contact number of the regional manager over there. They gave me their business card. So I have sent him an email, and with my CV, with my qualification and what I have done and where I'm going and what I'm looking after, in terms of job. And that person replied me after 2 months. And then there was opportunity for a graduate engineer, and then they called me up for the interview. I had an interview with them, first round of interview. Then they called me up for another interview after 15 days, and with another managers as well. Then I've been through that process, and after second interview, after 10 days, they called me up again for another interview. So and you can see it's quite interesting, and I've been through that phase, and finally I got a job, and since then I'm just making my way up. So it because, as I said, English wasn't good that time, because I worked in an Indian restaurant, didn't help me much, but I never give up. They took my 3 interviews, I passed it, I made them satisfied. It's okay, I'm a fresh over here, and I will learn a lot. And I think that they feel so proud of me as well. And we have cut the cake as well of my permanent residency and what I achieved in Fulton Hogan just the last week. And and it make me really so feel proud. My managers over there, the senior managers over there, celebrating my achievement, what I have achieved in New Zealand. As I said, never give up. Nothing is hard to find. Yeah, nothing is hard.
Oh, such an amazing and inspiring story, Shubham. I think probably the one session wouldn't be enough with you. We might have to take, I know you're very busy, maybe ask for some more time in future, and maybe there's so many things and very different sides of your journey to New Zealand which we can discuss.
Yes.
The study side, your working side, or the what you're doing as a community side. So the one thing, but if I say out of this, one important aspect is the patience is the key. I mean, for everything, they say when you say do the things quickly, even quickly takes some time. So you need to be patient, you need to be flexible, help the community, and you share that really good journey when you talk about 3 interviews with the first your current company, and before that they didn't even look at your CV for months and months. So that's really inspiring. Shubham, thank you so much for your time, and I'm sure this will be very helpful for number of our listeners and viewers to hear and learn from your personal journey. And once again, thank you, and we look forward to talk to you sometime in near future. Thank you so much.
Yeah, definitely we can come again in front of a camera and share some more stories, and if it is beneficial for others, I'm ready for that. And just before closing out, I just want to say one thing, that I have one YouTube channel as well, name called Shine Motivational Club. So where I put only good videos over there, motivational stuff, inspirational stuff, and I do seminars in colleges as well over here, where I record the videos and put it out over there for the students to actually have a look and go through it, So if students wish to go over there, they are welcome.
Absolutely. What we'll do, Shubham, we'll put through that link on our channel too. So I think that would be a good thing if someone is, watching this video, and they can go and check out your channel. And while talking to you, I'm sure you have so many inspirational stories and things to, share through your channel. And it's really lovely talking to you. And we should be in touch in near future to take care.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you. Same here, Vinay.
Thank you. Cheers.